What's up, y'all? What you got to say? Who's on the tube on Independence Day? Happy July 4th, everybody. Gonna do a quick video. Well, it's not gonna be quick, because you know my style, but wanted to do a video. I hadn't done one this weekend, and it's already Monday. The time flies. And I didn't get to do a Friday Night Friday. I didn't get to do a lot of things I want to do, but we're gonna go ahead and knock out this haul for June. I got a huge haul, huge stack of movies, and yeah. So my wife helped me set up the camera. I don't know if it's good or not, so I hope this works out. But anyway, I did want to show what we got for 4th of July. We got this bad boy right here, the Zeus. These are all artillery shells. They do all these different styles right here. I don't know if you can even see that in camera. And then my dad bought the King. Just an assortment of random goodies. And then I also bought some small things for the kids. And of course, we had to get some ladybugs for our Maddie girl. So there you go. Those are the Independence Day festivities, goodies. Of course, we got beer and food and all that goodness, so I'm gonna be majorly bloated and drunk later, so that'll be fun. So let's get into this haul. No, that's why you're here. Got a couple of PS4 games I grabbed. I got Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Uncharted series is one of the best series on PlayStation. If you own a PlayStation, buy this game. Buy all the Uncharted games. They're fantastic. Also grabbed Until Dawn. I actually got these two from another Bluetuber, so shouts out to you, brother. Down in front. Yeah, he's a great guy on YouTube, and he gave me a good deal on those. So I went ahead and scooped them up. Now to the movies. You know how I do, non-slip covers first. Got huge stacks here. Good Lord. So what I did was I picked up a lot of horror movies this time. I'm really getting into horror, as you guys know, with my Friday Night Fridays. So I found a lot of cheap horror movies at the pawn shops, so I grabbed them. I grabbed this one here, The Fall. Never heard of it. Let me know in the comments if you've seen any of these movies that I say I've never seen or heard of. The Fall here has Val Kilmer, and I'm a big Val Kilmer fan. And it says from the makers of the Evil Dead trilogy, Ghost House Underground. I guess that's who made it. So don't know much about it, but gonna check it out. Found this one at the pawn shop, California. I had never heard of this movie, ever. And I just saw it at the pawn shop, and I'm like, Brad Pitt, Juliette Lewis. I'm like, all right, David Duchovny. And I read the back, and it sounded good. I watched this film. My Letterboxd link will be down below. And I wrote up a review on it. A great movie, man. Another killer performance from Brad Pitt. And definitely check this out if you haven't seen it. I don't know how this blew over my radar, because I'm a big Brad Pitt fan. He's one of my favorite actors. So anyway, yeah, fantastic film. Picked this one up at Best Buy for $5. Donnie Darko with that faceplate. I've heard a lot of people talk about this film, and I'm a huge Jake Gyllenhaal fan. Okay, so anyway, I guess this is one of his first movies, and I've never seen it. I don't know much about it, so let me know in the comments about that one. Another one I know nothing about, Killer Clowns from Outer Space with another faceplate. Grabbed this one at Best Buy for $5. Again, just I'm picking up these horror movies because I've really got into horror again lately, and if these movies suck, I'll just resell them. Picked up Born on the 4th of July for 4th of July, Independence Day, another Tom Cruise flick. It's been so long since I've seen this, I don't really remember it, but won 2 Academy Awards with Best Director, Oliver Stone, and Tom Cruise. You know, he's a great actor. So picked up Forsaken at the pawn shop. Fantastic Western, guys. Again, Letterboxd link down below. I wrote a review. Great film, man. A great throwback to the old school Westerns. There's not a crazy amount of action. It's building the characters. You got Donald Sutherland, Kiefer Sutherland. This is the first time they actually worked together in a movie, and father and son. So it was just really cool to see that, and that dynamic, and really great Western. Picked up The Strangers at the pawn shop. Again, this is another one I've heard a lot of people say was a good film, and I can't remember if I've ever seen it. If I have, maybe I just saw parts of it, because this guy with this bag on his head, it like looks familiar, but anyway, everyone says it's a good film, so, but I can't remember if I saw it or not. Last House on the Left, the remake. Now this is a good remake. It's got Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, and brutal. It's a brutal movie, and it's almost like so, you know, so close to home, or not close to home. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's almost so real that it like makes you sick. You know, it's just like it's too true to life, I guess. I mean, you know, crap like this happens. So anyway, check this one out if you haven't seen it. It's definitely worth a watch. Picked up Drag Me to Hell. I got this one at Fry's. Fry's was having a big sale this past week. A bunch of $4.40, I think, was the price. So Drag Me to Hell. I've heard some people talk about this, saying it was good, and I've never seen it. So just another one of the horror movies that I want to check out. Had to add to my Arnold collection. We got End of Days with Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is not one of my favorites of his, but again, I got it for $4 and added to the Arnold collection. It's a decent film, but it's more like one you would watch on cable. Picked up the Funhouse Massacre here from Scream Factory. I actually heard the writer of this film on the Schmoes Know podcast, and yeah, that's why I picked it up. He was talking about it, and it sounded really interesting. And it's got a lot of the old school, like Robert Englund, and you know, it's just got a lot of flair to it. So I actually tweeted the guy a picture and of me picking it up, and he said thanks and stuff. So that was cool. Picked up from Best Buy, The Great Outdoors. Fantastic comedy, man. I've seen this movie probably 50 times. We used to watch it every year when I lived with my parents. And Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, they kill it in this movie. And when they shoot the bear in the ass, hilarious. Picked up The Ant Bully, another one I grabbed at the pawn shop. I don't know nothing about it. You know, just another kids film that in the collection. Picked up Big Mama's House 2. Y'all saw these in my out and about I did with the family where I went to the pawn shop. Martin Lawrence in a fat suit. I mean, what else do you need? Picked up The Dilemma, another just, you know, decent comedy. We got Vince Vaughn and Kevin James. Yeah, nothing much more to say about that. In the Line of Fire, good Clint Eastwood film. It's been so long since I've seen this, I need to rewatch it. I don't remember it too much, but you got John Malkovich, Rene Russo, all great actors. So, picked up Air Force One, classic Harrison Ford. Everybody knows this film. You know, just fantastic. Everyone believes Harrison Ford could be president. My Bloody Valentine 3D. Another one I got at the pawn shop. Just another one added to the 3D collection. I think this was actually the very first movie that me and Kelly ever watched together when we first started dating. So had a little nostalgia for it, and it's actually not a bad horror film. Picked up Shudder. Never seen it, never heard of it, but it says from the producers of The Grudge and The Ring, which The Ring is like, whoo, one of the scariest movies ever. So look forward to checking this out. And another one I grabbed at the pawn shop. Like I said, if they suck, I'll get rid of them. Same with this one, The Gallows, another one I grabbed at the pawn shop. I saw this one got some kind of shitty reviews, so I don't know, but it sounded cool. Like every school has its spirit. Like they go into the basement of a school, so that sounded kind of cool. Another one from the pawn shop, The Perfect Storm, just a good George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg film. Man, there's some shitty CGI in this, but I mean, it's a really good story. Inside Man, just another one to add to the Denzel collection. Another pawn shop pickup. Another decent cable movie. Here, G.I. Jane. Grab this one at Games Plus. They do buy 4 get 1 free. So this is my free one. G.I. Jane, Demi Moore. Terrific film from back in the day. Grab this one there as well. Love and Other Drugs. This one's another Jake Gyllenhaal. I read the back of this. It sounded fun, or sounded interesting, and it was only $5. It was on clearance, so went ahead and grabbed it. I'm a big Jake Gyllenhaal fan, and like I said, it sounded good on the back, but I haven't seen it. Another one I got on clearance there for $5. What Happens in Vegas. Everyone knows I'm a big Cameron Diaz guy. I don't know, man. She just has a charm to me that I just love. So I know like most of her movies are shitty, but I just love watching her. So anyway, Ashton Kutcher, I like him as well. So I have seen this, I think, a long time ago, but you know, it's one of those forgettable movies. It's not like you're gonna remember that. Picked up Legend, another one from the pawn shop. Just another Tom Cruise and Ridley Scott film. So I don't know if I've ever seen this, but it looks like in the same vein of like Never Ending Story or like Masters of the Universe, like really out there, like fantasy wise. So one of these days when I'm feeling like a fantasy film, I'm gonna pop that in. Army of Darkness, Screwhead Edition. Another one I got at Fry's for $4.40, whatever. Just another classic one to add to the horror collection. Everyone has that film. This film, Strippers vs. Werewolves. They have been trying to get rid of these at Fry's. Every single week at Fry's, they put certain movies on sale, and this one is in it every time. They keep lowering the price, lowering the price, lowering the price, and you know. So I finally bid on this. It was $2. Brand new, sealed. I'm sure it's horrible, but Strippers vs. Werewolves, I mean, come on. I'm sure there's tits. I'm sure there's like crappy costumes, so that's worth $2 to me. And I finally got Waterworld, another one they put on sale at Fry's. And yeah, just another classic, you know, Kevin Costner I wanted to add to the collection. I've had, you know, been looking for this one since day one, really, when I started collecting movies. Alright, time for slip covers. First up, we got Black Hat. I'll be getting rid of this film. This movie sucked ass. You know, I'd heard other people say it sucked, but I was like, you know, I always want to give it a try. And it sounded interesting reading the back, you know, cyber crime and everything. But I don't know what happened. I don't know how Chris Hemsworth got talked into doing this. And I don't know what happened for Michael Mann, how he got talked into doing this. But the script is horrible in this movie. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, the main villain is dumb. It drags so much. Like, it's like, come on, go already, go. They have a shoehorned in love story. I mean, it's horrible. Every horrible thing you can think about movies is in this film. Do not buy this film. I'll be getting rid of it. But yeah, it had a nice slip, and I got it for $5, so I bought it. Picked up Joy. I got it for $7.77. It was on sale at Games Plus. It's got that nice openable slipcover. Haven't had a chance to watch this one yet. I was gonna watch it this weekend, but I did end up watching 5 movies this weekend, and Black Hat, unfortunately, was one of them. But anyway, I look forward to watching Joy. You know, you got Robert De Niro, Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence, so all good actors. Picked up Mama, another one I got at Fry's for $4. Really nice slip. I saw this when it came out, but this was back in the day when I was not into horror. And yeah, God, I hope the lighting was okay. Anyway, yeah, Mama. I remember watching this, and I remember it was good until the end, and I hated the ending. But I'm gonna have to watch it again because, like I said, it was a long time ago. Picked up here Hell Driver. This was one that was only $2 at Fry's, and it's a Japanese film, I guess, and it's about zombies. I forget, like zombies. Well, anyway, I read the back of it. It sounded cool, and it's got guys with chainsaws on the back and like zombies. So yeah, this is gonna be fun for $2. Another one I picked up at that pawn shop trip with my family, The Watchmen. It's a cool slipcover. I guess this is the cartoon, the complete motion comic, 12 episodes. So look forward to checking that out. The Watchmen is one of my favorite comic book movies. Picked up the Book of Eli. This was one I got from Go Hastings off their website. I just got this for really cheap, and I had the slipcover from Tattoo Blu-ray, so went ahead and slapped it on there. It's a decent movie. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. Nebraska, another one I grabbed from Hastings. Everyone says this is a great film. It's got like 5,000 awards, so I need to check it out. Bruce Stern's a fantastic actor, so definitely want to check that out. Pride and Glory, just a Edward Norton, Colin Farrell, fantastic cop drama. If you haven't seen that, check it out. Zoolander, you know, classic Ben Stiller. I finally bit on the slipcover version. I didn't buy the Steelbook. But anyway, yeah, I just thought, you know, I'd grab this. Part 2 I haven't seen, but this was not my favorite Ben Stiller, but, you know, I thought it was decent. Disney Movie Club sent me a couple movies, which because I forgot to cancel my subscription or whatever, one of them being Alice in Wonderland. With the slip, I already have the film, but this is the 65th anniversary. It has a different slipcover, so I might keep it. I don't know, I might sell it. And then Dumbo, I didn't have Dumbo, so this is the 75th anniversary. Nice slipcovers on these, but those were from Disney Movie Club. All right, so now to the Steelbooks. I picked up Das Boot. As you can see, I got it for $5 at Games Plus. I don't know anything about this film. I know it's an submarine movie, and I heard the Top 10 podcast guys talking about how it was one of the greatest submarine movies of all time, but I've never seen it, so let me know in the comments. I picked up the Best Buy exclusive of 13 Hours. Again, Letterboxd in the Letterboxd link will be in the description. Fantastic film, guys. 2 years ago, Lone Survivor. Last year, American Sniper. This year, 13 Hours. All great films. I watched all the special features of this. I stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning watching all of the movie, all the special features. I mean, I watched like 4 hours about this. So it's a really good story, and definitely check that movie out if you're, into war films. Picked up a couple from Zavvi. They were really cheap. Got The Others from with Nicole Kidman. A couple of my buddies at work said this was a good film. Eric and Aaron, shout out to you guys. And so yeah, I grabbed it from Zavvi. I think it was less than $10 shipped. Also grabbed Blue Valentine. Everyone says this is a fantastic relationship drama with Ryan Gosling, so I've never seen it, so look forward to checking that out. And last but not least, I saw this on Spider Geek's channel. Shout out to Spider Geek. I saw this when he was showing off his Steelbooks, and I was like, man, I gotta get that. And I found it on eBay for like $18 shipped, and that's Child's Play, the Steelbook. I already have the complete collection of Child's Play, but that Steelbook is sick, man, and it's like all embossed and everything. So I just had to grab it, man. The artwork is incredible. This is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I watched this hundreds of times when I was a kid with my dad. And this one in part 2, just love them. So had to grab that. And there you go, guys. That's my haul for June. I already have a bunch of stuff coming in the mail for July. I actually thought some of it was going to get here and I was going to have it in this haul, but it didn't get here. So maybe with the holiday and everything. So happy 4th of July, everybody, from Super Dad. And we're going to pop some fireworks tonight. And my son's going to have a great time. My daughter. I can't wait. So from my family to yours, happy 4th, happy Independence Day. Thank you to all the veterans out there. I know there's a few YouTubers that are veterans, and yeah, thank you for your service. And that's it, guys. As always, we'll see you next time.